When I got here Friday, I was getting out of my car and walking in. I was looking for something on my phone, and a text came in, and I saw this image on the text. Put the image on the screen. Just see that image right there. And when I first looked at the phone, I guess it was the way the light was shining. I looked at it and I said, "So, what are the Obamas laughing at?" And then, so I texted the guy. I said, "What is this?" Because I had not seen anything. I was at church Thursday night, and then in a meeting after service, and then had to go somewhere. I had to go to Cary to take care of some business. Got home late, and I went to bed and went to sleep because I need to be back up here Friday. So then, when I saw this still photograph and I looked closer, then I saw that it was a meme with the face of former First Lady Michelle Obama and former President Barack Obama. And this was on Truth Social. And when I saw it, my immediate response was, and my thought was, that this is reprehensible and it's not called for. Um, um, there is no place for this. Now, here's what I do find interesting. When they send it to me, and several people reached out to me to comment on it. Now, I must admit, because I'm just human, right? I'm just a human being. I'm not, hey, Gabriel, you know what? We got to see each other. I got everything. But I left it home. You got to follow me. Look, say amen for my brothers. Amen. Now back to what I was saying. I'm a human being, and my first thought, Dr. Watford, my first thought, Dr. McKinney was, now when they put memes out on me and had me in a dress, nobody sent me a text then, and I got memes for standing for holiness. I didn't get a call from any lady, evangelist, missionary, supervisor, you name it. I'm talking about outside of the house. Outside of the house. Not in the house. Outside of the house. None of them said anything to me. When the man called me a pulpit pimp, y'all remember that? I ain't heard from anyone. I mean, I've been called a lot of names lately. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Pulpit pimp. No, let me say it right. Pulpit pimp. And then they did the meme of me in a dress. Now, I would make an ugly woman. My Lord. And to be honest with you, when I saw the meme of me in the dress, I didn't feel disrespected. It was disrespectful. It was meant to disrespect me. I didn't feel made fun of, although they meant to make fun of me. I laughed. I thought it was funny because I thought to myself, if that's the best you got, if that's the best that you can do, then you've just made my point for me. And my assumption would be, I don't know, but my assumption would be that when the Obamas, not me, because when I saw this, I felt about this the way you felt when those clowns put me in a dress. You were offended, as you should have been. And probably if you could have got your hands on them, you might have blood on your hands. So, but when I saw it, I laughed. I hope when the Obamas saw this that they laughed. But it wasn't funny to me. I said that I can't see any way to justify something like this. I fail to see the humor in it, especially given the comparisons that we as people of a darker hue have had to contend with down through the years of comparisons to primates. Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, and Olympic weightlifter, who was indeed one of the strongest men that ever lived. The Big Show, that great big wrestler, said he walked into a locker room one day and he saw Mark Henry. Mark was a big black guy. And Mark was sitting there looking depressed. And he said he put his hands on his shoulder and said, "What's wrong, man?" And the Big Show said, Mark said to him, "Man, I've been sitting here trying to rip open a quarter, just rip it in half. And all I've been able to do is to bend the thing." The man's so strong that he could take a quarter and bend it. But he was feeling bad that he hadn't ripped it apart. Big Show said he took his hands off his shoulders, walked over there and sat down, and thought about how insignificant he was compared to a man who possessed that kind of strength. When he first became a WWE wrestler, they wanted to call him something of a 8-man or something like that. And he went to the creatives and said, "I'm a human being. I do not want to be represented as that character." And they knew when he told them. Did I say he was the world's strongest man? They knew when he told them that they needed to change that right away. And they did. It is not funny to call any Homo sapien, any human being, especially given the history of our country, a chimpanzee, an ape, a monkey, any member of the primate family. Now, I must admit, I found out also that there was a video attached to this. And then when I looked at the whole video, it didn't change my mind, but it did put it in a degree of context. There's Hillary looking like a bull hog. And look at, these are Democrats. And the man from Chicago. And see, look at Van Damme looking like a hyena. And there's Joe looking like a monkey. And Kamala like a turtle. And then they got a meme of Trump. The point is, it was making fun of Democrats, and it had to do with, from what I understand, something to do with election fraud that they found out. It seemed like to me they found some proof concerning, was it the 2020 election? And we'll see what comes out of it, that it was stolen. But what was posted and what was circulated was this and this alone. And even looking at the rest of it, it still doesn't, seem like to me someone in creative, if you're going to do that, you should have put their head on a giraffe or hippopotamus or something where there are no racial overtones. That would have been much better. Now, somebody still would have gotten mad, but we're living in a day where they do that now because they did it to me. And by the time I get to the stoplight on my way home today after service, they'll probably have another one out because they're listening to me right now.